Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Epic Knowledge. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can make PayPal payment gateway integration in Laravel. I'll try to make it as easy as possible and as simple as possible so that everyone can understand really easily. So I'll start from the very scratch. So first of all, I'm going to create a Laravel project. Then we need to give or we need to write two command in the command prompt. Then we'll change something in the .env and the rest of the org is creating controller view and the route for the payment. So let's get started. First of all, let me just go to a folder and here Laravel tutorial. Over here I'm going to open a cmd and I'm going to create a Laravel project here. Let's say Laravel new and it will be PayPal payment. Press enter. Now it will create a Laravel project, so it will take like 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to pause the video for now. So here you can see that the installation is done and here you can see the folder over here, PayPal payment. So let's go to this project directory PayPal payment. So for it we will write over here cd PayPal payment, and if you press enter, here you can see currently we are in the PayPal payment folder directory. So I'm going to run the project. So let's say here php artisan serve and press enter. So let me just copy this, Control C, and let's go to browser, paste it, press enter. So here you can see this is our Laravel project. So our first step is done. We created Laravel project. Now we require to write these two command. You can see composer require srmk live slash PayPal. So let me just copy this command, Control C, and I will also give the command in the comment section in the first comment so that you can just copy it out. So right now we'll go to our folder again. Here you can see PayPal payment and we are going to open another cmd and we are going to write the command over here and press enter. Composer record srmk live slash PayPal. It will take a few seconds. So here you can see it's done. So after this we are going to write the third command, which is php artisan vendor publish provider PayPal slash provider slash this on. I will also give this command in the first comment. So what this command will do is that it will create PayPal.php in the config folder. So let me just show you. I already opened the project in the Sublime text. So if I go to my config, here you can see there is no PayPal.php over here. So if we just run this command, it will create PayPal.php in the config folder. So let me just copy this one, Control C, and let's go back to our browser. Yeah, cmd actually, and let's press the command over here, and here you can see publishing complete. And if we go to our code and again in the config, you can see over here PayPal.php. So here you can see PayPal sandbox client ID, PayPal sandbox client secret. Then you can also see PayPal live client ID, PayPal live client secret, and we'll get it from the .env file. So our third step is done, and our fourth step is we have to make some changes in the .env file so that this PayPal.php can get the sandbox client ID, sandbox secret, and the live client ID and the live client secret. So that is actually really simple. So for it, let's go to our .env file, and we require to write 5 line of code over here. We'll say here PayPal underscore mode equal to, it will be sandbox. Then again we are going to say PayPal. Okay, let me just copy it from here. PayPal underscore sandbox client ID, Control C, and we'll paste it here, equal to, we'll get the ID from the PayPal account, our PayPal account. So after client ID we'll have client secret. So let me just copy it, paste it here. We'll say instead of ID here we'll say secret. And after this client ID, we have the sandbox client ID, we have the live client ID, which is here you can see live client ID. So here we'll say here instead of sandbox, we are going to say here live. And let me just copy this on Control C, sandbox client secret, and instead of sandbox, we'll say here live again. Let's just have some gap here. So we're now required to have the client ID and client secret, and also live client ID and live client secret. So for it, in order to get those ID and secret, we need to log into our PayPal account. So let me just go to my PayPal account. Let's say here PayPal. Let's search for PayPal. Let's go to the first link, and here you can see the login option. I'll click login. Then here will be my email and password, and if I click login, it will take me to my PayPal dashboard. And here you can see this is my PayPal dashboard, and once you log into your PayPal account, here you will see a developer option over here at the top. Just click on this developer, then it will take you to this page. Here you can see developer.paypal.com. Just come to this page, developer.paypal.com. Then just go on the right side, you will see your name. For my case, you can see my name here, and here you can see the dashboard, another dashboard option. Just click on this dashboard. So it will take you to this page. Here you can see sandbox and live. So if you just go down, you will see create app option. Just click on the create app, and then you will see here you can see app name. So you need to give your app name. Let's say here test, and it will be merchant. Then just go down and click over here create app. Then it will show you something like this. Here you can see client ID and the secret. This is the client secret. So if you just click show, it will show you the client secret. So let me just copy the client ID from here, Control C, and I'm going to paste it over here. This will be the sandbox client ID. So Control V, and this time we'll copy the client secret from here. So let me just copy it, and I'm going to paste it here. So we copy the sandbox client ID and client secret. Right now we'll go back again. Let's go back again. So here this time we're going to create app for the live. So just click on the live option, then again just click create app, and here give the app name. Let's say here test, again create app. And if you go down here, you can see client ID and secret. This is for the live. So if I just click show, it will also show the secret. So let me just copy the client ID from here. We'll paste it over here. And this time we'll copy the secret from here, copy and paste it over here. So let's save it, Control S. So our org in the .env file is done. Once you just give the all the client ID and secret, so we can just close it right now, and we can also close the PayPal.php, because we don't have to do anything, because it will automatically take the client ID and secret from the .env file. So right now our fourth step is done. Now what we need to do is that first we'll create a controller, we'll create a views for the customer to make a payment, and we also require to make some route as well. So let's go back to our CMD first, and first let's create a controller. So let's say here PHP artisan make controller PayPal controller. Let's press enter. So it will create a controller. So let's just go to my app HTTP controller. So here you can see PayPal controller. So first we are going to go to our resource, then views, and inside this views we are going to create a view. So let's just click new file, and here I'm going to say let's say PayPal, let's say PayPal underscore view dot blade.php. So control S and then save. So we are going to create a simple view over here. So let's just say here HTML, and in the body we are going to mention an anchor tag, and inside this we are going to say let's say pay $100. So we are going to make this into a button, and if someone click this, then it will make him pay $100 using PayPal. So for it, since we are going to use PayPal for the payment, so we need to add the PayPal SDK script in the head section. So I already write down the notepad HDK script on the notepad. Over here you can see this is the PayPal HDK script. So I'm just going to copy it and I'll paste it inside the head. And I'll also give this in the first comment as well. And if you want to like search it on the online, the PayPal HDK, all you have to do is that just search for PayPal HTK script. If you press enter, just go on the first link, and here you can see this is the PayPal HTK link, and instead of here you can see your client ID. So instead of your client ID, you all just have to do is that you just need to write over here env PayPal underscore sandbox underscore client underscore ID. So it will get the sandbox client ID from the .env file. So once we write this script, PayPal script, HDK script, we'll be able to get the payment. But obviously there is some more things to do over here. So let me just show this page in the browser first. Let me just save it. So we already create the controller and we create the view. So in order to show this view, we need to go to route, then we'll go to web.php. So here we are going to mention the route. We'll say route get, then here let's say create, let's say create PayPal. You can give any name you want, then we'll give two third bracket. Here we are going to mention our controller name, which is PayPal controller. We'll give double clone, we'll say class comma, and let's say function name, let's go with the same name, create PayPal. And let's also mention a name here, name the route name, it will be create PayPal, the same thing. Let me just copy it, paste it. Okay, so we also need to add the or mention the PayPal controller at the top. So let me just copy this, Control C, Control V, and here we are just going to say okay, remove everything. We'll say app backslash our controller is inside http backslash controllers backslash PayPal controller, PayPal controller. Okay, right now let's go to our PayPal controller and create this create PayPal function. Oh, we need to give two single clone over here. Okay, now that looks perfect. Now let's go to our PayPal controller, and here we're going to say public function, and our function name was create PayPal. And here we are just going to return a view. We'll say return view, and our view name was PayPal underscore view. So let's save it. So right now let me just copy this, Control C, and let's go to our browser and let's give a slash PayPal. Okay, this is our view. Here you can see pay $100. Okay, let's add a bootstrap class and make it look like a button. Let's just search for bootstrap. Okay, bootstrap CDN. Let me just copy the bootstrap CDN from here. I use code grepper. That's why the result show at the top. Here you can see add grepper answer. I have a grepper extension in my browser. That's why. So I'm just going to paste it in the view over here in the head. And here I'm just going to mention class. It will be btn let's say primary. Let's save it and let's just refresh. Okay, this button is perfect. for now. So what we want is that if someone click this pay button, then it will make the user, or it will take the user to a place where they can pay by PayPal. So for it we need to make some more route, obviously. So here we mention the href here. So here we are going to mention, we'll give 2 second bracket, then we'll say route, then here we'll say process, let's say process PayPal. Now we'll create a route called process PayPal. So let's go to our web.php, and here let me just copy this route, Control C, and I'm going to paste it here. And instead of create PayPal, here we are going to say process PayPal. Okay, let me just copy this name, and I'm going to use this name for everything here. Process PayPal and process PayPal. So over here in this function, process PayPal function, we're going to write the function how we can pay using PayPal. So obviously we need two more route, and that is success if the payment is success, and we also need another route if the payment is cancelled. So we'll create two more route over here actually. So let me just copy this on, Control C and Control V, again Control V. So here we are going to say let's say process fail, or let's say process success first. Process success. Let me just copy this on, Control C, and paste it here and here. And the last one will be process, let's say cancelled. Process, let's say here cancel. Process cancel, let's say process cancel, and the route name will be process cancel. So we are not going to create any view for those, we will only write the function for them, and PayPal will do the rest for us. So for it, let's go to our PayPal controller and create those function called process PayPal, then process success and process cancel. So let's go to our PayPal controller. So let me just say over here public function, it will be a process PayPal. Then we'll say here request dollar request. Now I'm going to copy like 30 to 40 line of code over here. So I already have those code in the notepad, which I write it down, and which is this one here. You can see there is approximately like 30 line of code here, and don't worry, I'm going to explain every single line. And one more thing, since we are using PayPal, so we need to add something at the top as well. So, and that is this one here. You can see use srmk live PayPal slash services slash PayPal as PayPal client. So we also need to add this at the top as well. So after adding this line, we're going to let me just explain every single thing in this function. So here you can see PayPal client. So this is something PayPal function. So you don't have to worry about this one. You just have to write it exactly like this. Here you can see set API credential config PayPal. So we already create here you can see in the config we already have paypal.php which we created. So it will get the PayPal credential from here, and it will just get a access token. Then you have to write response providers create order. You can see intent capture, and here you can see two more route over here, process success and process cancel, which we just created in the web.php. Here you can see process success and process cancel route we just created, and here you can see amount equal to, we are using currency code equal to USD. You can use euro or anything. We'll go with USD, and here you can see value. Now it will get the value by default, let's say 100. Now if you are selling a product, then obviously the value won't be by default, let's say 100 or 1000. So what you need to do is that here you can see we mentioned the request dollar request. So you need to get the ID from whatever page, and then you have to mention it over here. Like you can just say here dollar request, request, and you can just say the price over here. Like this it will get the price, but we are going to use the static value over here for this tutorial so that you can understand it easily. So we'll use the value 100, and here you can see we mentioned if condition is set dollar response id and dollar response id equal to not null. Okay, up until now you may be a little bit confused, but this is the only function that is a little hard maybe to understand, but the rest of the process is actually really easy. Only this function is hard. And don't worry, I'll also provide this code in the comment section as well. So here you can see the for each loop, and here you can see if the approve, then that's fine, and if there is some problem, then it will take you to the create PayPal page. It means it will take you back to this page with a message over here, with a message called something went wrong, or in the else condition there is also the same message, and that is something went wrong. Okay, in order to show the message, we obviously need to write some code in the view as well. I just didn't write it, and but I already have the code over here. Let me just copy it, Control C. It is just a session error message, and I hope you already understand how to show messages in, or you already know how to show messages in Laravel. So here if there is any error message, then we'll show the error message, and if there is any success message, we'll also show the success message as well. So our PayPal process function is done. Now what we'll do is that we'll write the function for PayPal success. So for it we are just going to say, we are going to mention the success function. So we'll say public function process success. We'll give to first bracket, second bracket. So we'll also mention the request, dollar request here as well. And let me just copy some code. It's just a 5 or 6 line of code. So here you can see process success function. I just write over here. So let me just copy it from here, Control C, and I'm going to paste it over here. So here you can see the first few line of code is actually basically the same as the process PayPal. And here we are again mentioning a if condition. We are checking the status and the response. If it's completed, then we'll send the user to route create PayPal, which is this one, this view, with a message called transaction completed. Or else if there is an issue, if this if condition is not right, then we'll go to else condition, and we'll send the user to the same view but with a different message called something went wrong. So after this we only have one more route to write, and that is this one, process cancel. This is actually really simple as well. So let me just write over here. Okay, let me just copy it entirely from the notepad, and that this is actually only 3 line of code. So let me just copy it, Control C and Control V. So here you can see process cancel will just return the user back to create PayPal page with the error message called you have cancelled the transaction. So here let me just explain it again from the beginning. Here you can see process PayPal. Then we are mentioning the response. We are checking everything, and we are checking if the user want to continue the process or if the user want to cancel the process. And by their response we'll send the user to that specific page. And we are using the currency USD. You can use any currency you want. You can just mention it over here, and by the and the value over here we mention is static. You can get the value or request the value depending on your product. Then here you can see is set dollar response ID and response ID not equal to null. We are checking if there is response ID. Then we are coming to this for each loop, and here you can see link rel approve and something. Then if something went wrong, if those condition is not right, then we'll say something went wrong. Or here you can see else condition. In the else condition we'll also return the user with the same message called something went wrong as well. and here you can see process success. So in this function, so here you can see process success function. So in this function we will check the response status is completed. If it's completed, it means we'll return a success message, or else we'll say something went wrong. And the cancel process is process cancel is actually the simple as well. We are just returning redirect the view as saying that you have canceled the transaction. So I hope everything is fine. So let me just save everything over here and here as well. Now let me just refresh over here, and if I click on this pay $100 button, here you can see it took us to this login page, PayPal login page. Now I'll just keep my password over here, and if I just click login, okay, please check your entities and try again. Okay, let me just use a demo account. Okay, let me just log in. Let me go to developer mode. Then I'll go to my account. Then I'll just click on this accounts over here, and here you can see account name. Okay, let's choose a personal instead of business. So let's just click over here, then view/edit account. Let me just copy this email ID, Control C, and I'll paste it over here. Then let me just copy the password and let me just paste it over here as well. And if I click login, here you can see it's loading, and here you can see it says hi John. Now this is a demo account, John Doe. You can see a lot of money over here, 91,000 euro. Now this is a demo account actually. So if I just click continue, here you can see we are sending you back to test store to complete this purchase. Okay, the error is create PayPal not defined. I think I can guess the error. This P is capital letter, and in the web.php here you can see the P is smaller letter, but we mentioned in the controller every P is capital letter. So let me just copy this name, Control C, and I'm just going to paste it in every places where I write create PayPal. Here you can see create PayPal. Let's give a smaller P, and here smaller P as well. Okay, here as well small p, and small p. Let's save it. I hope there is no more create PayPal. Okay, I hope so. Now let's just refresh here. Okay, I think. Okay, let me just click on this pay $100 again. Okay, it took us to this page. Here you can see 100 USD and something. I'll just click over here, continue. And here you can see transaction complete message. So this is how you can create PayPal payment gateway in Laravel. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I think that I also made a lot of mistake throughout the tutorial, and maybe I was not able to like explain properly, but I will give all the code in the first comment so that you can just copy the code from there and implement it, or actually just check out the code so that you can like test the code by yourself. So I hope I tried to make this tutorial as easy as possible, and I hope this was useful to you. And if you have any question or any problem, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll try my best to reply you as fast as possible. So thank you very much for watching, and if you want to appreciate me, then please subscribe to this channel. Thanks again, and stay tuned and stay healthy.